So I'm finally able to record the Mire Gauntlet for you guys. And this is probably one of my most anticipated things from this test ROM. When I went through the update notes and made that first video, this was definitely one of the updates from this test ROM that stood out to me. Like the Stitch update, I did cover that, but it's not something that I'm going to be like, playing a lot once this comes to live realm. But the new Gauntlet was really cool. So I am recording this commentary after the fact. I already recorded this whole video and I just went through it without live commentary. So you're going to get the commentary now. That first piece of dialogue didn't work because it wasn't loaded in. But this next part should work.
Scientists experimenting on folks, forming unnatural things. My patrons are frighted off, or worse, taken by this fiend. His riverboat crashed, and now the swamp is swamped with critters that make that ravenous old Rougarou look like nothing to worry about, I tell you me. This deranged doctor must be found. His outrageous experiments must be stopped. Maybe then his victims, poor souls that they are, can be restored. Be on your guard, mon ami. Everything is meaner in the bayou. Even the bugs will make your hair stand on end, I guarantee.
Okay, so the next part of the dialogue works, and the rest of the dialogue in this gauntlet will work. It's just like sometimes when you load into a place and you get that first piece of dialogue, it doesn't work for some, like it just isn't loaded in all the way, and you just have to replay it. But we are moving on. So you go on the fan boat, which you see in the loading screen there. You also get a picture of everything that's going to be in the Horde pack, pretty much, because this is going to be a Horde pack once it comes to live realm. And there's like a new pet. I don't even know what kind of creature that pet was, but there is a new pet there. The mount is that fan boat, the gator fan boat. And then also the gear kind of looked like a witch doctor to me. But here is the first fight. It's a mob fight to start things off in the new Gauntlet. So we have these glow bug mobs, and I really like the animations that they have for these guys. I decided to do this solo at first just because I didn't want to bring another character in to help me, because I don't know, I guess I underestimated this gauntlet just when I first did it. This actually is my first playthrough on my storm here, and I went in solo just to see what it's like. Obviously mob fights are no problem. I just put up Frenzy and then Stormlord to try to kill him. Yeah, I definitely underestimated it, because once we get to the boss fights, it tends to be not as easy to solo. Maybe it's possible, but the first boss fight that we get to, I don't think I could easily solo it on my storm without like a lot of attempts or a lot of changes to my build, and I just didn't want to go through that. So I do bring in some help once we get to the first boss. But until then, I mean, I am soloing it, at least for the first two fights, because they're just mob fights. But they are doing damage to me. I mean, I have Frenzy up, but they've already got me to half health, just about. And I have a negative 45 on me. But yeah, doing this after commentary just because with my first playthrough going in blind, like I didn't want to have to commentate that. And if I did, there'd be a lot of cuts. And I feel like with the after commentary, I can just kind of tell you guys what's happening. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it just makes it easier. And there's things that I know now about this gauntlet that I did not know before. One of them includes different bugs and glitches. I mean, yeah, I know we have a glow bug here, but there's actual bugs in this gauntlet because this is the first time people are playing it on test realm, which is to be expected. So we're going to use Tempest to clean up the glow bug that didn't die because he was Storm. I guess he has decent resist, even though I have like 44 Pierce. He still has decent resist. And we get just 2 housing items from that fight, so nothing crazy. But yeah, we're moving further into the bayou. And there's some cool visuals in this place. Like, you walk through the swamp, water. In the background, you can kind of see like the different trees. Here we have some gators coming up.
Tangle, comb, tangle, comb. The ends. They split. Why? Braids. Braids. Braids.
So we got the alligators or crocodile. I don't know which one. Do they even say? They just say gator. So we have the gators with hair, with mohawks, which is a theme of this gauntlet. Reptilians with hair. Yeah, these guys aren't too bad. I feel like for a lot of this, I do go second, which makes it take a little bit longer, but whatever. I end up using a lot of potions just because each fight gets me down to half health when you're soloing. But that's just the beginning. So this fight, not too bad. At this point, I was like, okay, this gauntlet's gonna be easy. Like, I have nothing to worry about. I'm gonna be able to solo this. But all that changes in the next fight because they actually went kind of crazy. This is level 160 for the gauntlet. So it is the max level gauntlet. I don't know how difficult the last gauntlet was because I didn't even do it. So that's why I'm glad that I'm actually like recording this one for you guys like right away. Because if I don't record this right away, I'm not going to do it. I will still open up the pack when it comes out. But at least I won't have to try to get all the reagents from the pack. Because how many crowns do you have to spend to get all the reagents to be able to craft a gauntlet? I feel like it's a lot. I feel like it's pretty significant. Like you need like 20 to 30,000 crowns put into the pack. Unless you get really lucky. So if I could avoid that, that'd be good. But look at this Headless Horseman. He puts up 2 negative 35% charms on me. I've never even seen that. I feel like they're changing spells so much that when I come back to the game like I am now on Test Realm, like half the spells, I don't even know what the effects are anymore because they change it so much. Especially with spells like, they changed Queen Calypso. Pretty much unusable for me at this point. Like, I just use Kraken now. And then they also changed Rusolka a bunch. It's like they can't decide on some of those spells what to do. Those are just the storm spells. They've changed a lot of other school spells too. And I don't even do videos on those anymore because I'm not going to make a video on spell changes if they change it every week or two. It's just not really worth it.
Defeat Sting, like shampoo and eyes. Maybe haircut with feathered bangs. Make feel better? So much upkeep. Effortless look. Takes so much work.
Okay, so the gators are taken care of. They're gonna go and fix their hair or whatever. And yeah, next up is the boss fight where things go down.
Aha! A human! I see my glowbugs failed to secure you as a specimen for my research, as they have so many others. Yet you press on through the mire. You have come, predictably, to protect your scaleless kind's great secret. A gatekeeper at the threshold of magnificence. Too late! Through meticulous calculations and shadowy alchemical mysteries, I have transplanted the greatest traits of humanity into reptiles. Now we too have hair! For too long, reptiles have been brushed aside, cruelly denied the thrill, the invincibility of a good hair day. But no more! No longer shackled to a life of scaly subservience at the heel of humans. Now all reptiles shall be as my creations, impeccably coiffed. Seize them, my pretties. Hairs remarkable as theirs will usher in a new era of reptile style.
Yeah, so hair transplants in reptiles. That's what this doctor guy is all about. Even though he doesn't have hair himself, which when I first went into this, I was like, wait, he's talking about hair for all these other people, but he's bald? I guess if you would want to call it that for a reptile. So here we go. First turn, I'm going second, but as you'll soon see, it won't really matter. He puts up a doom, and then he hits me for almost 7,000 damage. I only have like 7,700 health or something like that. 70, I don't know. 76, 7,700. Then he casts this, and I think it kills me. Yeah, literally, like, what am I supposed to do to that? The cheat that does 90% of your health into both enemies also hitting me, and I lose without even casting a spell. So I end up trying this a couple more times, and it goes the exact same way, where I die first turn without casting anything. You can't even use like more resistance to block that 90% health thing. It does 90% of your health no matter what. It doesn't take into account damage or anything, or resist or whatever. So I bring in Terra's character to help me with this, and hopefully this time I was like, maybe with another character I won't get absolutely destroyed first turn. Maybe I'll have better luck. We do go first, so that's good, which means we're actually able to cast spells before getting destroyed. So Terra's basically just going to be using some feints, and I also had her put in some heals, because you can heal, you just have to get rid of the doom. If you remove the doom and put up sanctuary, you can heal freely. So Tempest first turn does a good amount. I don't kill the second mob, but then he uses his go-to poison, which does 90% of your health. No matter how much health you have, it'll do 90%. So I guess it'd be good if you had like 10k plus health, because then the 10% you have left will be worth more. But yeah, Terra does have a heal pet on, which did help. And that guy only survived with 100 and, what is that, like 100? I can't really see it. My screen's so small. I have to like zoom in, like 100 something. So yeah, we're just gonna blade up. Unfortunately, I can't kill the second guy. I don't have another Tempest ready. But I think we're just gonna go for, well, 1, to stay alive. And 2, we're gonna try to do maybe a, if I can get a Shoutout, I would do glow bugs. If not, then we'll just go with Stormlord. But yeah, I don't like that the second guy has so many pips, and I'm only at 1,000 health left. But Sanctuary replacing the Doom is pretty key for this fight, because that means I can heal freely. I do have Dark and Stormy in, but I feel like our best bet is to use one of our AoEs. So I'm just gonna keep blading. I think Terra uses a Pigsy or something here, which would be nice. Just so that I'm not like on the brink of death. But he does have this secondary cheat where he casts it again, but thankfully it does way less. I mean, if it did 90% again right there, this would be pretty much impossible. But it puts on a negative 65% infection. So, okay, I actually ended up using Sprite instead, which is good. I mean, negative 65 on a Sprite, that was a good call. So I'm not dying just yet. Though that first time I did this, they used the Monster Mash and it did like 900 to me. And he's casting this. They really want me dead. See what this guy uses. Okay, I don't think he hit. He could have killed me. Oh, he ends up killing himself. I forgot about this. He actually ends up killing himself in order to give him the Dark Pact. So that was definitely not worth it. He could have probably killed me if he hit. So we're definitely going to need more heals from Terra because I'm pretty much dead. I should probably just Blade or whatever. Or I guess Frenzy too. It doesn't really matter. Like, if they hit me, I'm dead no matter what. So we're going with the feint into frenzy. Oh, I think I decided to do that because he has no pips right now. He has like 2 pips. Yeah, he's a shadow, but what is he gonna do with that? So we're just gonna bet that he doesn't have a hit, which he didn't. And yeah, Dark and Stormy, which is honestly, Dark and Stormy has become one of my favorite storm spells. I love seeing this spell every time. Like, it would take a lot for me to get tired of this spell. And we get the Pixie, nice. So yeah, this will be the first fight. Fairly difficult, but if you know what you're doing and you have the health, I feel like you can get by fairly easily, like without too much of a struggle. Kind of takes a little bit of luck depending on what the enemies use, because when you're down to like 10% health and you're like a storm or someone else with lower health, you could just die first turn. All right.
You've won this time, Wizard, but only by a hair's breadth. My search for the razor's edge of science will never end.
Okay, so he runs off. Potion up. This part, they actually added in like the honey effect to the swamp there. Nice little touch. Oh yeah, and then we have another mob fight. I kind of forgot about this.
Think my revolutionary advances in reptilian hairification are so easily cut off? Avenge me, my genetically modified minions!
Hey, where'd that doc go?
Not see. Hair was in eyes. What him say?
Not sure. Here, cover ear holes. Probably order us fight more.
The glow bug doesn't have hair. Guess he hasn't modified the glow bugs.
Save us. Hair all consuming. Humidity make frizzes. Fight more. Hell brain idea.
I did get a koi pond fishing, or not fishing, housing item from this fight, by the way. So people are interested in that. You can get it dropped from this gauntlet.
Behold, my reptilla hair elixir has transformed me into the peak of perfection. Like my leading edge luxuriant locks, my power only grows! There is no limit to what I can do with hair. Toss it refreshingly from side to side in a delicate breeze. Tussle it to give myself roguish charm. Mayhap twirl it between my claws in an absent-minded but totally endearing way as I ponder my next visionary feat of science. I'll have a comb for every day of the week, a scented shampoo to suit my every mood. But first, this troublesome human must be put in their place.
Okay, so this guy is bugged. At least it was for me on Test Roam. If you look at the fight, there's 2 of him in the battle. One is rank 9 and one is rank 14. I don't even know what rank the actual one is supposed to be. It's probably like 20 something, but it basically bugged and summoned every single tier of the gauntlet like on top of each other. If you looked at his name back when he was talking, it was like really like blurry because there's like 3 stacked on top of each other, maybe more, I don't know. But yeah, that's a current bug with the gauntlet. So it summoned 2 of him, and the bad thing with that is you can't one-shot this guy. Both have the same cheats where he heals if you one-shot him, and you have to wait until you basically give him a trim, and he'll say this once you do it. I think the second one did say that. And once he says, I didn't want to trim or something like that, then you can actually kill him. But you have to kill him before he heals back to full, because he will heal every single turn after that. So there's like a specific window for hitting him. And I'm just going to skip ahead here because I wanted to show you guys that initially, since this was my first playthrough, going blind into this, I was like, okay, maybe I can one-shot the bigger, like the more health guy, just to see what happens, because I thought it was like both of them were supposed to be in this fight, like he had a duplicate or a clone of himself, and I had to kill one before the other. No, I found out later that it was a bug. There's this little heal that he does every single turn after you hit him. Like, I don't know, I don't even know how much you have to do. You have to do like maybe below half or something. Basically, whenever he says, I didn't expect to trim, then you can start hitting him with whatever you got. If I had a shadow, I probably could just kill him right here. But I think bats still does the job. Yeah, I literally do 5,000 with bats. So that one's done. The second one, I have to do the same thing. This guy is even less health, so I have to like be careful of like how I'm hitting him. So, but yeah, this one's not supposed to even be in the fight, so that's why I kind of skipped through it. No reason to go over that. It's the same mechanics, just glitched.
Gone! My research, my triumph cut short without a single strand of hope.
So we get the badge, we get 2 participation trophies. I did this a couple other times and I did get gear. Didn't get any in this recording, but then we go back to Delphine and wrap up the story.
Mon ami, I saw many a stylish gator running away down the bayou. Did you do it, you? Did you find the doctor? Dreadball, you just untangled a right hairy situation. That's for true. Now the bayou can rest easy. If I comb through his riverboat wreckage, I bet you I can find a de-hairifying serum to set those poor victims of his to right. What do you say we kick back into that joie de vie and get this place hopping again? Laissez les bon temps rouler.
So yeah, that's the actual quest completed. There's people dancing in her little establishment, and they also add a gear vendor over here. So there's a gear crafter, and he has all the recipes, which you can go ahead and craft if you want, if you have the materials for it. There's some pretty interesting stuff in here. It's comparable, I would say, to the gear from Novus. Not as good, of course, because this is just a gauntlet, but it's comparable. And I remember I don't think I show it in this, but the amulets actually have some decent resist on them. But yeah, I don't show everything. Yeah, there's the amulets. I only showed one, but so there's gear here, just so you're aware that there is a vendor that pops up once you complete the gauntlet. And that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just kind of a quick run through of this. I know I skipped through a lot of the fights and stuff, but it took me forever. That last fight took me like 30 minutes just in and of itself to get through all that. Yes, it was glitched, so I had to fight 2 of the bosses, but I mean, whatever. So that is a Nightmare Gauntlet. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I was really excited to show this to you guys. I hope you like the after commentary. I feel like it's an interesting take on, Wiz recordings. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe for more in the future. I'll see you all next time.